So Salman, obviously, Amir Khan and this Terrence Crawford situation is going on, and most people think that Amir Khan will take the Terrence Crawford fight next. Do you think he'll take the fight next? And what do you make of the fight? What do you make of the fight? Do you give Khan any chance of winning? What do you make of it? What do you make of the whole situation?
To be honest, I think he will take the fight next. I think it's a good fight for both fighters. Certainly for Crawford, if he beats someone like Amir Khan, it then gives the other welterweights an incentive to fight him, because you have to realise right now the other welterweights are really making excuses that, who has he fought in the welterweight division? Have someone like Amir Khan, even just an Amir Khan on your resume, people are putting it out there, but you got to realise Crawford's made offers now to Danny Garcia and Amir Khan, so he's a serious candidate. So if he does beat an Amir Khan, then you have to realise, and the other welterweights it'll be hard for them to avoid him, because you got to realise Amir Khan's a good fighter. He's beaten some good welterweights himself, you see. So in my opinion, I think if Crawford can beat Amir Khan, I think it'll be very, very good for Crawford, because you got to realise a lot of people are writing off Crawford in the welterweight division, saying he's too small, etc. But I don't agree with that. You got to realise even Floyd Mayweather was a small welterweight, but what did he end up doing? And you got to realise sometimes it's the skills. You got to realise even Canelo was massive at 147 pounds. But you have to realise these type of fighters like Crawford, they don't win on weight, they win on skill, you see. So I don't think the weight isn't going to play much of a factor to him, because he's coming up from 140 pounds to 147 pounds. So I don't personally think that if he loses it's going to be to do with the weight. I think it's going to be to do with maybe made an error during the fight or whatever. But I personally feel that Crawford's going to rely on his skills in the division rather than his weight or, walking down fighters, just how Mayweather did. That's why I think how he's going to approach the 147 division. But for Khan, I think it's a brilliant fight also, because you got to realise right now people consider Terrence Crawford one of the pound-for-pound best fighters in the world. And if Khan can beat Terrence Crawford, it'll be amazing. But you have to realise, Khan going to America, you have to realise there's so many robberies been going on now. So Khan is going to have to literally dominate and maybe even knock Terrence Crawford out to win that fight. Because you have to realise he's going to have to dominate the whole fight. Because if it's a close fight, Terrence Crawford's definitely won. And I can tell you that now before the fights even happen. If it's a close fight, I can promise you Terrence Crawford's won that fight. So Khan has to knock him out if he goes there. It's just going to be a situation of that. But in terms of the styles, I think it's a very good matchup. Khan's a very fast fighter. Crawford's also a very fast fighter, a good counter puncher. He's very slick. But I've seen Khan against southpaws. He's a very, very vicious fighter. I think he's got a 100% record when it comes to southpaws. So you have to realise that.
I think you could also say that Khan will be Crawford's first proper test. Yeah, Crawford's faced some good, decent fighters, but I don't think he's fought anybody to the skill level with the skill level of Amir Khan.
That's why people will.
This will be his first proper test.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's when people will start giving Crawford the respect, because even Keith Thurman in an interview said, has he even fought an Amir Khan of the division yet? So it goes to show that even the top welterweights like Keith Thurman are saying stuff like that. So if he does go on to beat Amir Khan, then he's a force to be reckoned with, and I think a lot of people would duck him. And you have to realise Terrence Crawford's not gonna win on weight in these fights. He's gonna win by skill. If he's gonna beat these big welterweights like
very hard to outskill Amir Khan. He's proven that in the past. He's never been outskilled before. He's been outfought and he's been knocked out, but he's never been
exactly.
outskilled.
You got to realise the likes of Canelo. I don't care what the judges' scorecard was, but against Canelo, Khan was schooling him until he got knocked out. And even Khan said it after himself in an interview. He's like, I just got caught with a good punch. He's like, otherwise I was schooling Canelo. But at the end of the day, boxing's not just about boxing. You have to have a good chin as well, and that's what's let Khan down. Or he would be probably the pound for pound best. If he had a good chin, he'd probably be the pound for pound best fighter in the world. Because who's more skillful than Amir Khan? Let's be honest.
He's naturally gifted.
Gifted. I've never seen a fighter, even I'm including Manny Pacquiao in that. Khan is just so skillful. It's unbelievable. I think Amir Khan's even quicker than Manny Pacquiao. I think Manny Pacquiao has quicker feet movement than Amir Khan, but I think in terms of hand speed, I think there's no one quicker than Amir. Amir Khan is blistering. His hand speed is unbelievable. Like,
if you have to make a prediction for that fight, who are you going for?
I can't, honestly, I don't know. That's literally down the middle because Crawford's such a class fighter, and like, you have to realize if Crawford can knock out the likes of Benavidez and Horn, he's gonna knock out Khan if he lands.
So what prediction?
Like, in my opinion, if that same uppercut lands on Khan that did with Benavidez, Khan's gone.
So what would you say? You say Crawford stoppage?
I can't say. But if I would have to go with one of the fighters, depending on how Khan, if Khan comes in the same condition as he came against Devin Alexander, then Khan. But if he came in the same condition as he did against Sammy Vargas, then Crawford. Because you have to realize Khan looked very slow at the later rounds, and that's not gonna. If he does that against Crawford, you have to realize people say Crawford can't punch, but the first 2 fights he's had at welterweight, and Jeff Horn's not a weak welterweight. He's not. He went 12 rounds with Manny Pacquiao, if I'm not mistaken. So you have to realize Crawford can punch. Trust me, believe me when I say it. Crawford can crack, and he can knock you spark out.
There you go, guys. It looks like Khan should take the Crawford fight, but also it'd probably be Crawford's first proper test. And just like everybody, most people, you'd probably have to pick Crawford to win. But again, do not write off Amir Khan in this fight, because remember, styles make fights. Leave your thoughts, guys, and guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.